Good morning, CC. Good morning, Nunata. Hello, hello. How's everyone today on this fine Friday noon, I suppose? I have been running a little late this morning because my scripts broke for an interesting reason that we're going to get to in a bit. Yes, indeed. It is Friday, the 24th of February. Oh yeah, I got to 50 subs yesterday. Yeah, thanks. I genuinely think that Twitter is now like completely suppressing links off of the site, because I have been reliably posting on my Twitter, and I don't have a lot of people on Twitter, but I have been posting to like the game dev hashtags and stuff, and I think absolutely no one has seen it because no one has responded to any of those posts. So yeah, I think Twitter as a promotional tool is pretty much busted at this point. Yeah, good times. All right, it is the 24th of February, and we're going to be looking at the games that came out yesterday on the 23rd of February on Thursday. And then we're also going to be looking at the games that came out on the 23rd of January, and that's what we're going to be doing first. So let's all get set up then. I would say we have a medium to high number of stuff to do today. We have 30 games that we're going to be looking at in terms of review, and we're going to be looking at... oh, right, I can't easily get the sum for this one, because there is a game that has a date as its name, which messes up my... I had two mess-ups in my spreadsheet this morning. One of them was this, where there's a store... like a game name that is a date, which messed things up. And then another one was a game just disappeared from Steam, has been removed from Steam. All right, so we have 56 games that we're going to be going through new. So pretty heavy day today. That's all right. I am sufficiently caffeinated, and there's some nice sun coming in through the window, so I'm ready to settle in and just look at all this stuff if everyone else is. Okie dokie. So let's make this a little bit larger. Morning, Josuke. How are you this morning? Current window is too small. No, it's the right size. Don't worry, Google. Okay. So that can go all the way up to there. There we go. All right. We're going to be starting with the games from January, and let me just take a note of the time. Where am I going to take a note of the time? I'll just take it over here in Scratch. All right. I'm going to say review start at 3:25. There we go. Okie dokie. So, our first game on review this week is A Legend of Wisdom Part 1, which had no reviews day of, and I estimated would get 1 review, and it has gotten 2. It was... right, it was a RPG Maker game. And I seem to remember that my primary criticism of this one was it looks fine, but it didn't really look unique or like there was anything particularly unusual about it that would prompt people to play it. So I guess it would get about 20 sales and 1 review. It has gotten 2, so I did underestimate it, but that still leaves it solidly in glass of milk tier, which is a little, which is about where I expected it would be. All right, our next one is A Modest Legacy. Also, we're just going to make sure that, yep, all right, I have red light games off. There we go. Not going to accidentally flash all of you with immodest things. All right. In this case, though, we do have a modest thing, which is called A Modest Legacy, which is a real-time strategy game, which was this sort of little low-poly real-time strategy game with these little sort of teardrop-shaped dudes rather than, like, characters. I remember thinking this one looked pretty cool, but it had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 2 reviews, and it's gotten to 7, so it's doing better. So I did underestimate this one, and it did make it to hamburger tier, but that still means it's only made somewhere in the range of $2,000 to $3,000, which is a bit disappointing because it looked pretty cool. All right, next one is Asphalia Anger. Asphalia Anger. All right, this was a little sort of storybook adventure game, which seemed to be part of a series that they were starting about this kid dealing with different emotions. It had 7 reviews day of. It has doubled that to 14, which is under what I was expecting. I was expecting it would get slightly more. It would get to 27, and instead it's probably only got about 500 sales. So that leaves it in cat tier. I estimated it would get to very low Silver Spoon, but nope, it is in cat tier. So I think they're probably eventually going to get here, but I think that will be a long tail. That's my guess. And I think that maybe as they release other games, if they are going to do the other Asphalia like Confusion or Asphalia whatever, they will continue getting sales on the other ones. That would be my guess, because they all seem to sort of go together. Anyway, next one is Champ at Dawn. Oh, yes, this one. Ah. Okay. Well, this one is the really bizarre game where you're just doing free throws. It's a basketball game. You're this guy in this jacket with this just great hat, doing free throws and then dancing with ladies. I thought this was incredibly amazing. It had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 2, and it has not, unfortunately. It has gotten no sales, which I think is personally a bummer, because this game is delightfully wacky. All right. Moving on. With some reluctance, because Champ at Dawn is just amazing. All right, so our next one is Chestnut Grove. Oh, right, yes. This was like a meditation on the COVID experience, where it's just sort of like being alone and isolated in your house. I thought it looked very depressing. It had no reviews day of. I estimated that it would get to 1 review, but it has not, unfortunately, gotten that far. It looks like nobody played this, which is a bit of a bummer, because I do think that like dealing with those emotions is good, but also depressing. So I can understand why people stayed away, unfortunately. All right, our next one is Clarent Saga Chronicles, a novel with great RPG term. Oh yes, this one was very strange. Now what's interesting is that this one, okay, remember I wasn't getting the reviews the same way before, so I assume that there are a bunch of reviews that were not Steam purchases, right? So they had 21 other reviews, which are not getting counted anymore, because it looks like it went from 32 total reviews down to 11. This is a very strange game where it's a novel, like it's an uninteractive piece of fiction, and then you get to do RPG battles in the middle of them, which is really strange. Like, I don't think that the narrative changes based on who the, like, yeah, no, the narrative doesn't change. It's just a novel that you read, and then there's RPG battles, which is an interesting combination. So if we remove the non-Steam purchase reviews, which is 21 of them, it had 11 reviews day of, and I guessed it would get more, but that was based on the number of reviews that it currently had on that day, so I overestimated quite significantly. And instead, it looks like it has not picked up any additional reviews from day of, which is too bad, because it was an interesting experiment. It sits somewhere in cat tier, and we move on. Flip of Light is our next game, which is right. This was a sort of VVVVV style platformer, where you're this little sort of cat person guy, I guess. It had 1 review day of. I think thought it would get to 2, and I was wrong, but not by much. It only got to 4, leaving it in hamburger tier at somewhere around between $800 and $1,200. It's tough out there being a platformer on Steam in 2023. All right, next one is Ferrater Hero. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so this was a lane-based roguelike where you could like shift up and down the lanes, but you would like automatically attack people. So it was based on like picking your lane and figuring out where you were going to go and what you were going to get from that. It had 18 reviews day of, and I guessed it would get to 19. I guess I wasn't guessing it would get many more. Anyway, I underestimated it, but again, not by much. I estimated it would get to 500 sales, and so 19 reviews or so, and they got to 25. So somewhere around 1,000 sales, which unfortunately, because they are not charging much money for this, means they've made maybe $2,000 off this game, which has to be a bit of a bummer because clearly a lot of work went into it. All right, next one is Friend or Foe. Friend or Foe. Right. This was a like very basic survival building game. It had 2 positive and 3 negative reviews day of, and I guessed it would get to 67. I did overestimate it, but it did pick up quite a few reviews from 5. This is still in early access, right? Yeah. This is another one where I was like, this looks competently made, but there's no hook, and still, they haven't done terribly. They've gotten to 18 reviews, so that's somewhere around 600 sales. And we'll see if they keep up at it. Let's see if they've done any updates. Friend or Foe roadmap. They have a roadmap, which they released 2 weeks ago. Okay, so it does look like they're planning on doing updates, but have not done any so far. Okay, now we get to our anomaly. We get to Gardenia VR. Gardenia VR, if you see me paste this into Steam, is no longer on Steam. It just goes back to the store page. So it looks like the authors, the creators of Gardenia VR, who were Publishing House VR, which is a very generic sort of name. It was this one, if you remember. The where you were wandering around and like doing gardening, basically, in VR. They seem to have removed the game from Steam. I'm not sure why. It didn't look like it was selling particularly well, so maybe they just decided to cut their losses, but it seems a little strange that they just removed it from the store. Anyway, we will move on and leave Gardenia VR alone. Next game is Hard Survivor. Right. Okay. Yeah, this was a puzzle game where I think you were only in this level and were only shooting these little tanks. I seem to remember that was my main criticism was the game looks like it's very, very tiny. It had no reviews day of, it had 1 follower. I guessed it would get to no reviews, and it has gotten to no reviews. So, yeah, I think if this was a personal project where the person just wanted to get a game on Steam, good on them. Otherwise, they may have needed to make a number of different choices on that one. All right, next game was Invincible Medusa. Right. This is the game where you play as Medusa for some reason. And you're in these sort of top-down combat arenas, and you're shooting little guys with guns. Yeah. I think this was one of 2 games by Sweetie Boy that came out today. I think we're going to see the other one. It had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 2, but I overestimated. It got to none. So yeah, that definitely seems to be a tendency, which is if a game gets no reviews and does not have enough followers where it's very clear that they're going to convert over in at least a little bit, it's fairly likely that they're just not going to get anything. All right. Next one is just 1, which was, right, this very strange twin-stick shooter game where you're shooting little Among Us guys. Had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 1, and like I was just saying, it did not get anything. Moving on to the next one, which is Land of Towers. Oh, right, yeah, this is cool. I thought this was a tower defense game, but it is not. This is the building in VR game where you're in this sort of like snowy tower, and yeah, I thought it looked kind of interesting and cozy. It had 2 reviews day of. I guess it would get to 7, and I was almost correct. It got to 8, which puts it in cat tier. So they've made somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 off of this one. I thought it was neat. There wasn't really like anything much happening, but I thought it was kind of a cool building game, like highly simulated building stuff. All right, next one is confusing. Linger to Alive. Right, I think it's a multiplayer zombie shooter. It had 3 negative reviews to 1 positive review. I guess it would get to 10, and it has gotten to 8, though 5 of those 8 are negative. It's also free to play, so it is a Unicorn 2 game. All right. Which one were you talking about, Numata? Sorry, I missed your message. Which one were you thinking was going to do better? Land of Towers. Yeah, I did too. I think the lack of like I think it was relying on the fact that it had like cool mechanics, right? Like the hammering mechanic, the nails, and it had some cool environments to like wander around in. But aside from the building stuff, it doesn't seem like it had any hooks. So yeah, I also thought it was going to do better. Or I guess I didn't. I guess I underestimated it. So I don't know. All right. Our next game is Locked or Locked. Right. Okay. So this one I massively underestimated. This is the like this short little linear visual novel. It's like 30 minutes long. It's you talking to this girl with a lock on her head. I guess it would get to 25, like 25 reviews. It got to 357. It's free, so they didn't make any money off of this, but they certainly made us a bit of a splash. Interesting game. Seems like lots of people liked it. Was afraid of a jump scare? There isn't. That's good. Yeah. All right. Cool. Really, really good job, Kikyo Dev. All right. Next game is Lucky Simulation Project. I have no memories of this place. All right. Well, it's this. I'm not sure what this is. It had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to none, and it has none. So I think this is one of the games that was definitely convinced me that like being confusing was a major problem for a game on Steam. All right, moving on to our next one, which is Million Molly. Right. This was this weird retro puzzle platformer where you're old ladies climbing around. It had no reviews day of. I guess it would get none. It got 1, so I did underestimate it. That still puts it into Glass of Milk tier, though. All right, moving on to Non-Stop Raiders. Right, so this is an infinite runner where you're a little angry fighty guy, and I think you can attack enemies in your way. That was about it. It had 21 reviews day of, but it now has 20, so I'm guessing many of those reviews were non-purchases. Oh, no, only 1. So that's interesting. Looks like... all right. Well, that explains it, kind of, I guess. 1 of the reviews was a non-purchase, meaning that it had 20 reviews day of, but what that was a 1.0 release. So it came out of early access. It does not appear to have made any more sales. I overestimated that because at this point I was still unaware of how early access releases worked. So So yes, it's a hamburger tier game. They made about $1,000 on it. Moving on. Our next game is Open Fishing XL, which is a fishing game. It had 4 reviews day of. I estimated it would get to 20, and I overestimated. It only got to 9. But they are mostly positive, so I hope the people who are playing this are enjoying themselves. I thought it would be low cat tier, but it got to hamburger tier instead. Pip X is our next game, which is a Pip game, I think by... Yeah, Cute Hannah. This is like a version of Pipe Dream. They release these every few months, just different collections of these Pipe Dream maps. It had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 2, and I was incorrect. It got none, leaving me again confused on how Cute Hannah makes money. I don't understand. Alright. Next game is Poly Skies. Casual village builder and colony sim. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Little low poly floating island based colony simulation game connected by dirigibles. I remember thinking this looked kind of charming. It had only 1 positive, 1 negative review day of. I guessed it would get to 7, and I was wrong. It only got to 4. So that's a bit of a bummer. I did like how the houses and stuff moved when you were placing them. They squish kind of nicely. Whip. Yeah, I thought it was cute. But unfortunately, it does not look like they have found much success so far. All right. Moving on. Right. This was a sort of Humanike-inspired dreaming game called Resultarius. It had 1 review day of. I guess it would get to 17, but I was very, very wrong. It got to only 2. This leaves it in hamburger tier, at least for the moment, as it is still early access. I think that a considerable marketing effort would need to be made to change tier on this one, because it is kind of a hard ask. All right, next one is Sapper Defuse the Bomb Simulator, which appears to be what it says on the tin. A bomb defusal game, like a bomb defusal puzzle game, where it looks like you play a variety of minigames, like Super Hexagon or Pipe Dream, to defuse bombs. Very disappointed. I thought this game was going to be about realistic bomb defusing, but no, you just wait for a little light to show which wire to cut. Yeah, I do think that the use of minigames on this one might have been a mistake. Anyway, it had 70 reviews day of and now has 50, so I'm guessing that it had a bunch of non-Steam reviews. It did. So this was also early access. We're coming out of early access for this one. Yes. Again, I underestimated how limited the response to early access release is going to be, and also I wasn't counting the non-Steam purchase reviews separately. So unfortunately, it looks like this game basically did not pick up any additional reviews at all after its early access release, leaving it in middle silver spoon tier. All right. Moving on to Search All Worms. Right. Yes. This is one of those hidden object games, but this time you're finding worms in a bunch of pictures of birds. Yep. It had 1 review day of. I guess it would get to 3, but it only got to 2, still leaving it in glass of milk tier. I think they probably made back the cost of the app ID and not much more, leaving me again confused by how game companies like this one make money. All right, next one is The Forgotten Tapes Analog Nightmares, which is an analog horror game, a collection specifically of horror stories realized by 9 developers. So this was 9 little short horror games together. It had 7 reviews day of, and I guessed it would get to 20, and I was totally correct. Extremely accurate predictions again. So yes, this one got all the way to 20, and I don't know. I like anthology games. I think that's really cool when people collaborate on stuff like this. Cool. All right. We're getting towards the end of our review period for today, which is continuing with this game called The Hidden and Unknown. Oh, right. This is the game that costs $1 bajillion and was created as an art piece. It has 2 reviews. I do not think that they actually sold maybe more than 2 of these. All My Apes Gone. That's a lot of hentai you could get with this amount of money. That is true. So yeah, this one, all data on this one is nonsense because it's sort of a statement game. The price is a statement. Yeah. All right. Moving on to Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which had very mixed reviews, 165 positive to 135 negative, for a total of 300. Day of, I think it had only been announced. Yeah, they had like basically no time between the announcement of this game coming to Steam and it showing up on Steam. I estimated that it would get to 2,667 reviews, and it got to 2,934, meaning I was within 10% on this one. I feel pretty good about that. Putting it low diamond tier at about 5 million in revenue. This is an old Ghost Recon game from like 2018, I think, that is being moved to Steam, as Ubisoft puts a lot of its older category on Steam because their personal store page didn't work. Okay, our next game is Vocabulary, which is a vocabulary fighting game. I don't really remember this one. I kind of remember the visuals, but I don't remember the mechanics at all. Anyway, it had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 1, but unfortunately, yep, it did not get any additional sales, so that's a bummer. Yes. Okay, second last game for this review period is Waiter. Which, yeah. Okay, I remember this one. You're like a waiter at a club. You're like going around giving people the food that they want. It had no reviews day of. I guess it would get to none, and it has actually gotten 1, so I underestimated this one, putting it in glass of milk tier. And our last one is Wind of Life, which is a sort of side-scrolling wind-based puzzle game. Unfortunately, no reviews day of. I guess it would get to 1, but it got to none. Hi, Kyle. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. I have recently been told that this is sort of a very sort of restful stream. I guess I'm not really making this particularly high action, but I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Yeah. So Wind of Life, unfortunately, did not pick up any reviews. So that's a bit of a bummer. It is tough to be a platformer on Steam in 2023. Okay, and with that, we conclude our look back at the games that came out on the 23rd of January. I'm going to record when this one stops. So, review, stop, 28:44. There we go. Now, I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and then we are going to move on to the games for today, which will be somewhat more involved, I think. The reviews tend to go faster. All right. Sip of coffee acquired. All right. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, it feels a little weird to be maybe one of the only people who has ever looked at some of these games, like the ones that don't end up with any reviews and don't get any critical reception. There's always interesting stuff in them. All right. Our first game that we're going to look at that came out yesterday is called Against All Odds, which is on sale for which has picked up so far, no reviews, is on sale for $8.09, down from $8.99, developed and published by Anima Games. Let's take a look. Against All Odds. Interesting way to start a sentence. All right. Of Iran is asked something much greater. Oh, okay. Strange sentence, but that does kind of make sense. Of Iran is asked something much greater than what he is prepared to give. That's when his true journey begins. Okay. So we have a little RPG Maker kind of RPG. You can go around and open treasure chests. Oh, they have a world map. Okay. And encounters where you encounter people in the overworld and then go into a fighting game. Okay. Okay. Wheel. A little bit strange writing on the store page aside. I think this one is probably going to... Yes, I thought that might be the case. So it looks like they did not give themselves a great deal of time to build up followers. Definitely chill. There's a lot of not safe for worse games on the list today. Oh, yep, there we go. Hold on. I am going to... I don't delete the not safe for work games from the list. I actually go back and do this process for them just off screen. I just hide them so that we don't look at them on stream. But thank you for reminding me to do that, because otherwise I might have gotten in trouble. Okay. There we go. Yep, that's good. Thank you, Josuke. That could have gotten me in quite a bit of trouble. All right, Against All Odds is... What am I going to guess for this one? Again, doesn't look bad. Looks like there's like characters to talk to, and it looks like a pretty cool little adventure. But like with a lot of these things, there's kind of no hook here, right? Why play this over the literally hundreds of other RPG Maker fantasy adventure games that are on Steam? There's lots of them. So I think I'm going to, unfortunately, 10 followers, no reviews. I'm going to say low estimate is 0, high estimate is 2, I think. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. All right. Best of luck, Anima Games. Okay. All right. Our next game is Ball Animals, which thankfully we have turned off the red light games, so this is not what you're thinking if you're thinking in that direction. Yep, these are actual spheres that are also animals. Animal Ball is a local party game where 2 to 4 animal balls fight against each other. Use your bouncy belly to bounce others away. All right. I mean, the animals are very cute. It's kind of unclear what you're doing. Like, clearly you're bouncing into people. I think it's kind of sumo, where you're trying to stay inside of the circle. Though there are clearly other kinds of game here as well. There's more information on the store page than I was expecting. Let's see what their charts say. 4 people played this, and they picked up 6 followers. Cool. Store page went up 31st of January. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to guess probably low estimate of 0, high estimate of 1. Wait, no, it's a free-to-play game, so I'm going to say high estimate of 6, I think, because it is free. This was developed and published by Alfie Luo, or Alfie Lu? I don't know how to pronounce that one, but looks like a solo developer, in which case, very good job. All right, next one is Dino V Xeno, which has no reviews, is on sale for $4.99, and is developed and published by Fun Asylum Studio. Just gonna hide this column. Okay. Dino V Xeno is a casual, simple, yet deeply crafted tower defense game. Alright. In which you can enlist 10 upgradable dinosaurs, plus 14 additional special towers to battle alien invader hordes. With randomized elements, 51 levels, and 12 to 16 hours of gameplay, DVX is a tailor-made for tower defense. That kind of implies that this game is gonna fix my suit, but probably not. Okay, they do have multiple levels, like quite a few levels. Yep, you're using using dinosaurs. Using dinosaurs as towers in a tower defense game. All right, it is what it looks like. Pretty simple little store page. Only 5 followers, unfortunately. And when did this go up? February 10th. So not much time at all to build up wish lists. Right. Unfortunately, I'm also going to have to guess very low on this one as well, though it looks like quite a lot of work went into this one. So Fun Asylum Studio, you have to get out there and market your game a lot earlier. Get your game up on Steam more than 2 weeks out, I think. Yeah. Starting with some bummers today. But we move on to what is probably going to be a more, at least esoterically interesting one. Or less sad, I guess, because we know that these guys are doing okay. This is our game from Atomic Fabric and Christian Manolacchi today called Drone Delivery. It has no reviews, is on sale for $2.99, down from $4.99, and is developed by Atomic Fabric and Christian Manolacchi, and published by the same. Let's see what these two are up to today. Well, yeah, okay, that's about what I was expecting. You are a drone, and I guess you're picking up pizza, I think. Are you tired of waiting for your order for hours? It is said that if you want the world to change, it starts with you, and you, in this case, is a drone. It's surprisingly slow. I'm constantly surprised by like the number of things that they put in the UI. Like, it definitely looks like a mobile game. And I wonder if these are ports of games that they are making for mobile. Huh. I should look that up. Because that would kind of make more sense, right? If they're putting this game on Steam because they also put it on mobile and they're making all these games for both, and putting them on like a bunch of store pages, maybe that makes more sense. All right, let's check their charts. All right, 4 followers. Nobody played this game. It went up on the 2nd of February. I'm going to say highest spend on this one is, I think, 0. I don't think that this is one of their games that has an interesting hook on this one. But, yeah, I'll see them again. Okay. And immediately afterwards, we get our game from Inspector Studios for today, which is, this time, is called Farming Tractor Simulator Big Farm. On sale for $3.89, down from $6.49. Developed by Yusuf Islam Sayan and Samatakar, and published by Inspector Studios. Oop, that was a weird sensation. Okay, in the farm game, you can drive a 3D tractor and farm. Cool. All right. They have little sheep. That's pretty cool. Looks like you can put different things on your tractor and do different things to your fields. This is kind of unusual for them. They usually do driving games. So this is still a driving game, but it's a driving game for farming. Big long store page description, I think made in ChatGPT, and no reviews. Okay. Page went up 10th of February. 10. All right. Low estimate is 0. I think high estimate for this one is probably 3. Like people, I would say, what would I call them? The more high effort versions of these games where you're like driving farm trucks around and making farm stuff. These do surprisingly well. They're sort of like World War II naval simulators, where it's sort of like, who would want to play a game where you are driving a big piece of farm equipment around? And the answer is a lot of people, apparently, or at least people who are definitely willing to put their money where their mouth is. So yeah, I think that this one could do pretty well for Inspector Studios. On their scale. Let's moving on to our next game. To Frebbventure, or Frebbventure, yes, Frebbventure, which has picked up no reviews, is on sale for $14.44, down from $16.99. Developed and published by Almirigan Hero. Yep, I think that's how you pronounce it, Almirigan Hero. Frebbventure, and we have 2 cute furries in the capsule. All right. In a world gone wild, there's only one animal man enough. Okay. Take 2 on that sentence. In a world gone wild, there is only one animal man enough to put his foot down. ! No space. Join Frebb's small clique of reluctant friends, in quotation mark, as they rumble, tumble, and action platform their way through the craziest journey of the year. Okay, let's zoom in on this. I'm having a little difficulty seeing this. All right. Yep, this is definitely a furry game. I think the main character looks like Tails, if Tails had done a lot of math. Okay. Well, it looks like a pretty interesting action platformer, I guess. Very unusual style, but no reviews. So let's see. How did they manage to get no traction? Because, again, it is a puzzle platformer, or not a puzzle platformer. It's an action platformer. Those don't tend to do great, but they don't tend to do nothing. So we have 2 people playing it. So some people are playing it. 44 followers, our highest number of followers so far today. And when did it go up? A while ago. Went up 22nd of May. Nope, not 2021, 2022. So very low followers per day on this one. Fairly long periods of time with no response. I'm surprised that this did not get more traction. I wonder if the store page was just really bare bones before this, or when they put up their trailer. Huh. All right. Well, I think that's going to remain a confusing anomaly for me, at least. That said, they do have 44 followers, so they're probably going to get to at least 1 review. Probably 2. So I'm going to say low estimate is 1. I'm going to say my high estimate for this one is, based on the very, very low followers per day and the fact that it has been up for a long time, I'm going to say 6 is my highest estimate for this one. All right, best of luck, Almirigan Hero team. All right, moving on to Galactic Gladiators. Galactic Gladiators has picked up no reviews, is on sale for $2.59, developed and published by Loot Zone Studio. Galactic Gladiators is a 2D top-down shooter where you control a spaceship battling against enemy forces, collect cards for unique abilities, collect crystals to upgrade, and defeat bosses to progress. Test your combat skills in this thrilling game. Okay, we've got a little ship. Curiously, we don't actually appear to move in the direction that our thrusters are moving, right? This is not based on asteroids. At least the movement system is not based on asteroids. So you have no velocity and you have no like thrust vector. You can just move however you want. And you shoot little lasers at, I guess, aliens? All right. Relatively simple store page. Let's check the charts. One person played this. Yep. With 3 followers. And went up on the 9th of February. Well, I think I'm going to say 0 is my low estimate. I think 1 is my high estimate for this one. I just don't think that there is enough there to differentiate it from other like relatively simple space shooters. Curious choice on the movement mechanics too. All right, moving on to our next game, which is called KitBashers Multiplayer, or KitBashers 2 Multiplayer, which is on sale for 90 cents, down from 129. This is our game by Archer of Archer Games. For today, this is the person who makes like the Werewolf multiplayer game and that Cowboy multiplayer game. And it's probably going to comment on this video and say like, thanks, and give me a thumbs up. So, you know, I've got an audience out there somewhere. Okay, KitBashers 2 multiplayer bad dudes are attacking planet Kitka. Queen Kalika needs your help. In capitals. The kits are getting bashed. Oh, they made the name to do that pun. All right. You and your team must take out all aliens and save the planet. This animation is identical to the animations on the werewolves in the werewolf game that they released like last month. Yep, that animation is a familiar one. All right. Let's check. This definitely reminds me of Mass Effect, the environment that they're in, at least. Like, giving me Citadel vibes. Okay, 3 people played this at peak, and came out February 10th, or went up February 10th. Picked up 3 followers. Yeah, I don't imagine this one's going to do particularly well, so I'm going to say my highest one is 1, and wish Archer a good day. All right. Moving on to Logic Keypad. Is this actually a game, or is this a piece of software that has snuck through? Yeah, it's a game. All right. It has picked up no reviews so far. It is on sale for $8.09, down from $8.99. Developed and published by Nuke Z, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it, maybe. NGUYEZ. Puzzle game with numbers. Observe, find, and combine clues to open doors. No horror, no storyline, just logic. All right, upfront about what it is. I appreciate it. I want to play a game of the year 2023. Okay. Logic Keypad. All right, made it Unreal. Okay. Huh. Okay, it's in early access. Project received for free. Wow, this is a very elaborate review structure. All right. I am not going to read that because those reviews are incomprehensible. Looks like several people have played this. And game went up the 3rd of January. Picking up what I think is 26 followers. Yes. So not terrible followers today, but I don't think that name is helping because I genuinely thought like, oh, this is some kind of app or something that's on Steam. Huh. All right. My low estimate is going to be 0. I think for this one. I think my high estimate is going to be 4. Yes, 4. Best of luck, Nuye Z, if that is how you pronounce it. And I'm sorry if it's not. All right. Moving on to our next game, which is called Looking Familiar, which has picked up no reviews, is on sale for $6.49, and is developed and published by Inter-Galaxy Entertainment. Looking Familiar is a fantasy adventure text game. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. This is their trailer. Huh. Alright, yeah, really old school text adventure game. Not telling us anything about the kind of, like, about the narrative, right? If you're selling a text adventure, you gotta hook us on the narrative. Play your hero who was put in the dungeon and find your love, the princess, by performing main quest. Okay. Six followers. And went up on the 1st of February. I am unfortunately going to guess low estimate is 0. High estimate, I think, is 1 on this one. Best of luck, Inter-Galaxy Entertainment. Marble Escape is our next game, which has no reviews, on sale for $2.59, and is developed and published by Indie Games Limited. Did they have a game yesterday? Or maybe it was just a studio with a similar name? Marble Escape, Indie Game Limited. Did you have a game yesterday? Nope, this is your first game. All right. Solve puzzles to get the heavy marble to the exit gate. This goes into our steadily increasing collection of games where you play as a ball. Okay, looks like a little puzzle game where you are a orb trying to get to places. Looks like they have several different types of puzzles. It is an early access game, which is an interesting choice. And lasers will hurt you. Pea shooters will knock you. Good to know. Okay, our next, let's check the charts. They had 1 follower on this one. I think orb games are challenging to get followers for. And that went up February 10th. Gosh. Yeah, I think 0 and 1 again for estimates on that one. Moving on to Nuke Survivors. Nuke Survivors has no reviews. It is on sale for $4.86, down from $6.49. Developed and published by Xeno ARG. A game about why nuclear war is bad. That's a cool, my brain is just glitching. Capsule. Cool capsule. I like the cap. Blah, blah, blah. Interesting capsule image. A game about why nuclear war is bad. Also a cool, hard FTL meets missile command action game with roguelite choices and deck building mechanics. Huh. Okay. I mean, I can definitely see the missile command stuff. Build your forces. Okay. But no one survives. How long can you last? Okay. Interesting. I mean, it has a kind of cool idea, I think. Let's see what they did with their charts. 1 person played this. And February 9th. So, that's kind of a bummer. I think that they could have gotten a little traction with this one with the right marketing, right? Because it is kind of cool, like, to mix roguelike with missile command. I've never seen anyone do a missile command game, right? Like, this is a unique kind of thing that I have seen for the whole time I've been doing this process. Interesting, but very, very little response. So unfortunately, I also have to estimate fairly low. 0 and 1 again. All right. Next game is Polyturned. Also, no reviews. On sale for $7.79. Developed and published by Polyturned Games. Your goal is to survive in a city overrun by zombies. Team up with friends to mine resources, build forts, and explore the abandoned city. Okay, so you can apparently mine telepathically. No animations for resource gathering. We have a low poly dude. Low poly trees. Okay. Aha, now we have animations. Curious we didn't have them before. Alright. Seems like resource acquisition is a big part of this game. Let's see if we see anything else. Can we talk to people? Hey, we can talk to Dave. Alright, cool. And looks like you can get guns and grenades. And there's a grenade arc display. That's pretty cool. Hey, it's that animation again. We just saw that with Archer's game. Okie dokie. Very small store page. Let's check the charts. 3 people playing now with... Huh. Seems like there's a bit of interest from release. Okay, went up February 8th. So, well, I will admit I was not particularly impressed by the trailer to start with. It looks like there's a lot of stuff here. They did not show building mechanics, which is surprising. Normally games with building mechanics do want to show them off. Clearly this is using some canned assets from places. But, I don't know. There's something here. I think that they could have probably picked up some more interest had they done some marketing for this one. I don't think that there's much in the way of a unique hook here. There's a lot of games about shooting zombies in ruined cities. All right, my low estimate for this one is going to be 1. I think my high estimate is going to be 5. All right. Next game is Protocol 11. Protocol 11 has picked up no reviews, is on sale for $7.79, down from $12.99, developed and published by Satentia. Very cool capsule. A sci-fi adventure about friendship, love, and what it takes to be human. Embark on an action-packed adventure to recover what was taken from you by a strange race of invaders. Survive Protocol 11. We have a very tiny little character. I want to see what they look like. Oh, look at them. They're very cute. All right, we have little story sections. Oh, we also have sections where you shoot aliens with a shotgun. Ooh, that's a very spooky little thing. Huh. You have a little robot companion. I approve. I like little cute little robot companions. Early access game. Follow Phil. Your main character is called Phil. All right. Across multiple worlds in a action-packed search for justice. I think that should be an unaction-packed search for justice. English is weird, I know. Embark on an adventure to recover what was taken from you by a strange race of invaders. Craft resources for your journey, fight your enemies as you like, annihilate them without mercy, or give them a silent end while you attack from the shadows. Okay, looks like there's a variety of different ways to approach combat encounters. Interesting. Very old Steam ID. I don't think that this store page went up recently, though, or went up a really, really long time ago. No, I'm wrong. The store page went up quite a while ago. 2nd of March, 2020. Some time ago, indeed. Only 75 followers in that time. Okay. I think my low estimate is going to be 0. I don't think that they're going to get that low, but it is a possibility. It would be a grim possibility, but it is. I think high estimate is going to be 6. Best luck, Sententia. All right. Next game is Puzzle Pieces 4, Farewell Dear Winter, which has picked up no reviews, is on sale for $9.09, down from $12.99, developed by Graphium Studio and published by Denda Games. With this jigsaw gameplay and dazzling collection of puzzles, the beauty never stops. The pictures are a mix of winter and spring scenes. There are lots of options to choose from puzzles, shape, and number of pieces. You will love to use your own images and create puzzles for them. Okay, it looks like you can upload your own images and apply the puzzle system to them. That's pretty cool. All right, simple little puzzle game, it looks like. Graphium Studios, do you release many of these games? Looks like you do. When was your last one? Oh, right, yeah, you're the people who made the Sudoku game that came out last week. And before that, you released a puzzle game called Sweet Holiday Jigsaw, which does not appear to have gotten any reviews. So, it does not look like they have a large, consistent marketplace for their Jigsaw games on Steam. Let's check their charts. Surprisingly, they did manage to pick up a lot of followers. That is a surprising number of followers. An incongruous number of followers. I am frankly baffled. I'm just going to check their previous Jigsaw game and see their follower count. Did they get a ton of followers for this? No, they only have 8. Huh. They got 138 followers in one day on February 3rd. That's weird. Very incongruous. Okay, February 2nd is when the store page went up. Okay, none of the followers have converted over, apparently. So, despite the fact that they have a whole lot of followers, I'm going to go with my gut and historical precedent, and I'm going to say low estimate is 0, high estimate is 1. But I'm going to make a note over here for when I come back and look at this again. I'm going to say incongruous large number of followers. All right. Curious. Moving on to Replay VR. Also, no reviews. On sale for $11.69. Nice, down from $12.99. Developed and published by Point and Shoot. Replay VR gives you the ability to take video screenshots of what you see in VR. Okay, so this is not actually a game. This is a piece of VR technology. Interesting. Okay. However, not a game, so we are going to delete you. And move on to Steven? Yes, STIVENELVRO Legends, I think. No reviews. On sale for 77 cents, down from 129. Developed by Boot Dark Games and published by Patino Perez and Jose Carlos. STIVENELVRO. Yep, I think so. Maybe? I don't know. Is an adventure game, 2D platforms where you control STIVENELVRO, jump, turn, slide through different obstacles, getting the keys that will unlock the legends, and thus get more abilities. All this being guided by his friend Ghost Power and his machine to teleport him to different worlds. Always good to have a friend. Extremely simple store page. Let's check the charts. All right, 2 people did play this game, and they have 4 followers. So 4 followers from February 8th. It's rough being a platformer on Steam these days. I think my low estimate is going to be 0. My high estimate is going to be 1. Best of luck, Boot Dark Games. Moving on to The Last Werewolf, which has no reviews, is on sale for $8.54, down from $7.79, developed and published by Unnatural Freaks Studio. The Last Werewolf is a 2.5D supernatural mystery where you play as Liachi, a 20-something lone werewolf who is in search of more like her. Meet new people, explore the supernatural, and learn more about Liachi's origins. Okay, so we have a 3D environment. A ghost shows up. Okay, we have a 3D environment, but we're mostly moving in 2D, I think. We have these sort of sketchy drawings of the character transforming. All right. Interesting. In early access. Game in stages. I'll have the opportunity to gather valuable feedback from the community. I make the noise because it looks like this person is trying to get early access to work like a playtest, and unfortunately that is not how early access do. Early access can give you information from your players, but it is not like an organized playtest. All right, November 10th. With 68 followers. Not great followers for day. Let's see. Okay. I don't think that this is going to get no response, right? They have 68 followers. I'm going to say my low estimate is 2. I think my high estimate is going to be 6, I think, which is a bit of a bummer because it looks like the people at Unnatural Freak Studio, I think it's a solo developer, put a lot of work into this one and are trying to make it work, but yeah. I think that will be tricky. The game looks interesting, though. Like, clearly a lot of work went into this one, so... Okay, interesting game, Unnatural Freak Studio. Congratulations to getting it on Steam, and yeah, I wish you well. Moving on. To Tour de Force, which is no reviews, is on sale for $4.49, down from $4.99, and this is a Gremlin Graphics port of a CPC Spectrum game, and it is published by Pixel Games UK. Oh, this unique bike or unique racing game from 1987. Take to the bike track to experience the thrills and excitement of the International Grand Prix cycling. Contains both Armstrad CPC and ZX Spectrum versions of the game. So these are ports of old and obscure like Spectrum and CPC games. Yep, definitely a little cycling game. I guess you're trying to avoid crashing into obstacles and guide your little racing guy. Neat. All right. As is usually the case with the games that Gremlin Graphics has been porting, I appreciate these conceptually and as an archival effort, but I don't think I would play them. They're very old and kind of obscure for a reason, I think. All right. Went up on February 3rd. Yes, I'm going to estimate 0 and 1 for this one. All right. Moving on to our last game that has so far picked up no reviews for today, which is Vacation Adventures Park Ranger 13 Collector's Edition. Picked up no reviews, on sale for $12.99, developed and published by Casual Arts. I think this is a hidden object game. Yes. Yeah, hidden object game with this sort of photo collage style, and looks like there's some other kinds of puzzles, but it's mostly hidden object games. Find 20 fish in the scene. All right. Let's check their charts. All right, they got 8 followers. Whoop, that's not correct. And went up January 27th. 2023. So unlike Elephant AR, they do give themselves a little bit of time. Casual Arts does, but they don't appear to do any promotion for their hidden object games, which leads me to think that they have to be ports from somewhere else. I'm going to guess 0 and 1 again. I think that's what I've guessed for almost all of these games so far today. I'm perhaps being a bit pessimistic, but there we are. All right, meet game number 2 that messed up my my data collection system. This is December 1914. And it has 1 positive review, no negative reviews, for a total of 1. Currently on sale for $2.91, down from $3.89. Developed and published by, unfortunately, a game studio that I cannot pronounce or read. A comic-style, narrative-oriented game based on the Christmas Eve truce during World War I. Huh. Interesting. Good art. Looks kind of interesting. Let's see what the 1 review says. Nope. Big long review. Product received for free. Is an adventure type game about the Christmas truce that took place in 1914. It depicts the ruthlessness and cruelty of war. Huh. About donations. 80% of the game's revenue will be donated to countries currently at war. Interesting. Okay. Let's check their charts. 23rd of December last year. They got to 41 followers. Okay, did I lose the page? I lost the page. Okay. Huh. 41 followers though. Looks like the game is maybe an hour long, I think. Few mini games, but they're all low gameplay. Although this is work not focused on the story, the amount of text is not large. Huh. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say my low estimate is 2, I think. Yes. I'm going to say my low estimate is 2. My high estimate is 10, I think. All right. Interesting looking game there. Moving on to Airline Flight Attendant Simulation. Simulator VR, 1 positive review, no negative reviews, for a total of 1. For sale for $32.50. Developed and published by AVR BV. I wonder if this is like a for real game training simulator. This is a consumer version of the professional VR. Right, it is a training simulator. All right. This is a consumer version of the professional VR training software developed by AVR and used by airlines and flight schools to train future cabin crew. It's all there. Insanely realistic virtual aircraft, equipment, gravity effects, sound, intense emergency situations scenarios. Huh. Well, this does look like a professional simulator. Like, it looks incredibly elaborate, I would guess. Also, frankly, distressing. Like, you're dealing with like plane crashes. Requires a virtual reality headset. Let's see the review. Very cool game. Still has a few bugs. However, if you like realistic simulations, this is the perfect game. Yeah. Interesting that they're releasing this as a free or not as a free. It's $30, but like it's like free compared to a lot of simulators. My understanding is that like professionally made accurate simulations like this are usually sold to companies like flight attendant companies or something for training purposes for quite a bit of money, right? Like, so I'm surprised to see it having a commercial release like this. 188 followers. Store page went up November 24th. Pretty high followers per day. Kind of confused on this one. Because I have no idea how many people for whom Flight Attendant is an attractive fantasy. Clearly some, but okay, I'm going to say my low estimate is 3. I think my high estimate is going to be 15? I could be very wrong on this one, right? A high degree of uncertainty. Yeah, high degree of uncertainty. Very interesting. I'm interested in the story behind this one. All right. Moving on to Ghost AC 130 Close Air Support, which has 1 positive review, no negative reviews, for a total of 1. On sale for $4.99. Developed and published by Lightning 6 Kidnap. You are the gunner of the AC-130 gunship, one of the most lethal war machines ever made. Use your skill with thermal optics and 3 of the biggest and most lethal guns ever produced to stop the enemy cold. This is a mindless shooter, a game to zone out with. Relax and destroy. That's kind of distressing, to be honest. It's an early access game. With the caveat in mind that this is an early access game and that there isn't exactly a clear picture of what the final product will look like, $3.99 ain't bad for an arcade point and shoot like this. Yes, this definitely does look like the COD bomber mission stuff, but done as a whole game. Picked up 39 followers from February 10th. So we had 2 play-in games back to back, but they could not be more different. Okay, so my low estimate for this one, I think, is going to be 1. I think it's possible that this does not sell anymore. And I think my high estimate is going to be 7, I think. All right, moving on to our next game, which is called OWLMAN. OWLMAN, which has 1 positive review, no negative reviews, for a total of 1. On sale for $7.01, down from $7.79. Developed and published by MVGPL. OWLMAN. The following is a series of tapes recovered near the Overlook National Park, where 4 people were recently reported missing, a family of 3 and 1 motorist. That is a term you don't see very often anymore, right? Motorist. It's a newsy term. Interesting tone to this. Like, you definitely get the sort of vibe from this one. Yeah, exploration, horror, adventure, walking simulator. We have a spooky house. Looks like you have driving in this game, which is interesting. Definitely getting the sort of VHS horror kind of idea, because we have the tapes. Let's see, do we see a monster? Oh, we got a scary naked guy? Odd choice for a monster. I like the concept of found footage, but the game is buggy. The car got stuck in a rock at the very beginning, and I didn't bother to reload the level. Needs a bit more polishing. Captured by the OWLMAN. Okay, so it does look like there is a monster, but possibly the monster is just a naked dude. Looks like a couple of people who played this yesterday. 5 followers. Went up February 5th. Not many followers per day. I don't think this one was marketed, and I'm guessing that they put most of their store page up on the 18th. So gave themselves very, very little time. Huh. Alright, OWLMAN. What am I going to guess for you? I'm going to guess 1. And I think... no. Yeah. I think my highest estimate is going to be 2. Doesn't look bad, but... very low followers per day. Doesn't look like they're doing much marketing. Yeah. That's about what I'm guessing. Alright. Moving on. To Putridum Horror. Has 1 positive review, no negative reviews, for a total of 1. I'm mumbling a lot. Current price is $4.49, down from $4.99, developed and published by Red Lights Studio. Putridum, psychological dark horror in which the player will have to explore a large dark house, no E, with only a weak flashlight. Look for the right things, not to be caught, and find a way to escape from there. Okay, definitely getting that the house is pretty dark based on the vibes. Looks like we have a very, very weak flashlight, or possibly no light. Yeah, just like a really bad flashlight. Picking up keys. Alright, doing the generic horror stuff. Do we see a monster? Avoid danger. Oh, there is a monster. Alright, it's sort of shiny bug wibbly thing. Capsule is very vague, hard to make out, but does sell the vibe that it is a horror game. Let's see what our reviews say. I couldn't find anything else after I found the crowbar in the basement, and the basement monsters are silent when they chase you. Not great. Can it be equipped with a BGM? Footsteps are fine too. Yeah, definitely want your monsters to make noises when they're chasing people. Otherwise, it always feels unfair if you're caught from behind. Looks like a couple of people played it, but none of them at the same time. 3 followers. Went up the 9th. I think I am also going to guess 1 and 2 for this one. Best of luck to Red Light Studios, but you do still need to market your horror games. Moving on to our next game, which is called DiktaPunk, Fighting for Dominance. 2 positive reviews, no negative reviews, for a total of 2. It is a free-to-play game, developed and published by alt.im. DiktaPunk, Fighting for Dominance, a game where you can embody your favorite character, or worst, to fight against your opponent. Will you be more Joe Biden, Kim Jong-un, or Vladimir Putin? Okay, so this is a this is a real-world politicians with bobbleheads fighting game. I'm guessing this is probably intended to be a gag gift. Oh wait, no, it's free-to-play. So and in early access, we have 2 reviews. Annoying Crow. First time we have seen Annoying Crow today. Putin's juggle combos are insane. It's like seeing a pro Scorpion player in Mortal Kombat 9 all over again. Alright, thanks for that information, Crow. Looks like it is a little too hard and is full of bugs. Okay. Couple of people have played this. 19 followers. And went up on the 24th of December. I do wonder if this will get banned. I don't think I've seen games with like real people in them get banned, provided they're public figures. But then I don't think I have ever seen a game that is this blatant as that is what it is about. I'm going to say my low estimate is 2 and or getting banned. I think my high estimate is going to be pretty high. I'm going to say 60, just because some people could pick it up for meme purposes. I could definitely see that. All right, next game is Night Raider. Night Raider has 2 positive, no negative reviews, for a total of 2. It is on sale for $1.17. Developed and published by Dearly Fragmented Studios. Night Raider is a wave-based game set in a dungeon aesthetic environment. Kill enemies, purchase power-ups, and don't die. How fast can you beat it? Okay, we have a cute little pixel guy. Are we always this zoomed in? It doesn't look like it. Okay, purchase and use and upgrade your abilities. Test your luck in 4 different stages. Okay, pretty simple little horde survival game on sale for under $2. Great game, amazing sound effects, recommended. Neat. Charts, please. February 10th. So no time at all. 5 followers. All right, so my low estimate is 2. I think my high estimate is 4, I think. Best of luck, dearly Fragmented Studios. How are we doing? Oh, we still got a ways to go, I think. Yeah, I think I might take a break in a few games. All right, next one is Loud, My Road to Fame. 2 positive reviews, no negative reviews for a total of 2, on sale for $9.74, down from $12.99. Developed and published by Hyperstrange. Hyperstrange. Loud, My Road to Fame. Cool capsule. I really like the capsule. We have a developer playthrough going on. A wholesome, music-filled arcade rhythm game in which a young, reclusive rocker goes on a journey of self-discovery. Once she begins to follow her dreams and find her inner voice, she discovers that it is loud! ! Alright, this looks very cute. Yes, it is about being a little rocker person. Alright, cool. This looks very adorable. Fun rhythm game. Good if you are into score attack. That is a smaller game, but with a lot of cool thrown in. Cool rhythm game with cool music. I recommend. 2 hours, 1.5 hours. All right, cool. I'm guessing it's probably about an hour and a half long. Neat. Got a bit of play on Twitch. 183 followers. And store page went up June 29th, 2022. Wheel. What am I guessing on this one? Okay, I think I'm gonna say probably my low estimate is 5. I think they'll fill out their followers at very minimum. So 183 followers is about 5. High estimate though. 15. Yeah. That's gonna be my guess. Best of luck, Hyperstrange. Your game looks adorable. Moving on. To Madness, or Madshot, Road to Madness, which has 2 positive reviews, no negative reviews, for a total of 2, on sale for $3.99, developed by Overflow and published by Hook. Hook is all caps. Madshot, Road to Madness. Stylishly slaughter endless abominations while moving stylishly through a Lovecraftian nightmare. Combine a multitude of unlockable weapons, abilities, and upgrades in order to survive as long as possible and reach the top of the leaderboards. Okay, this is a leaderboards-related game. I think you play as Cthulhu. Or at least someone wearing a Cthulhu mask? We're going to see the game, or are we just going to see upgrade stuff? Okay, it is a side-scrolling game where you look like you have a bunch of different kinds of weapons. Okay, looks like kind of a side-scrolling horde survival Gribbly Monsters game. Alright, interesting. They have a demo, always nice to see. Only $3. So yeah, definitely in the horde survival mode category. Custom your character, the art is very unique and inspired by Lovecraftian Cthulhu. I would also say that definitely showing some Darkest Dungeon and Hellboy inspiration. This looks very neat. Let's see their charts, because they did not sell many copies yet. 118 followers, not bad, but they only have 2 positive reviews, and they went up on November 3rd. Huh. Just squeaking over the 1.0 followers per day limit. What do I guess for this one? I'm going to say low estimate is 3, because it is possible that they do nothing. Is this an early access game? No. Nope. Not an early access game. What am I going to guess? I'm going to say this has a better potential than Loud does to go semi-viral. So I'm going to say 30 is my higher estimate. Best of luck, Overflow. Moving on to Pixel Composer. I'm guessing that this is probably a piece of software that has managed to sneak in. Yes. Yep. All right. This is a VFX editor for pixels. Pretty cool, but not a game. So away you go. Our next game is Remembering / Not Remembering Sin, which has 1 positive, 1 negative, for a total of 2 reviews. On sale for $6.49. Developed and published by Uehara. Remembering Not Remembering Sin. Shunichi Sasaki, a young man who lost his past memories due to higher brain dysfunction, was criticized as a murderer, in quotation marks. He was criticized as a murderer? Like, they were like, you know, he's not really a nice guy, but he does do all the stabbings. Who was he, really? Question mark. Use memory notes to supplement his memories and explore his past. Okay, we have a little mystery visual novel game where I think you're playing maybe a murderer and maybe trying to figure out whether or not you really are a murderer. Short visual novel with subpar translation. However, the plot is pretty damn good. It is a Kafka-esque nightmare. Are you guilty of something? Are others hiding something? Are you delusional? Huh. Thanks, Leonardo Chopovich. Looks like this does have some cool stuff going on, if you're into that sort of thing. Went up on the 10th of February, so not given a lot of runway. And only picked up, I think, 19 followers? Yes, only 19 followers. So, actually, I do want to see what the negative review says. Negative review says, what's this? Not particularly helpful there, Heizo. Okay, not many followers already over their count. I'm going to say low estimate is 2. I'm going to give my high estimate as 6. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Best of luck, Uehara. Moving on to RUSHAWAY. 2 positive reviews, no negative reviews, for a total of 2. $11.79, down from $13.99. Developed and published by 9 Studios. RUSHAWAY. RUSHAWAY is a 2.5D fast-paced single-player platformer where your objective is to find the fastest way towards the goal. Explore different paths for every level and discover the more optimal ones, avoiding or exploiting different hazards. Alright, we have a little rotating tower puzzle platformer game where it looks like you can run on every surface. That's kind of cool. Looks like different sections of the tower have different elemental properties. True, and real. It's really good. Dab, dab, dabbers. Nice. I absolutely suck at it, but it feels amazing to play. Cool. Alright. Still, it's tough being a platformer on Steam. 5 people are playing it now, which is pretty good. 38 followers. And went up, some time ago. July 20th, 2022. Low followers per day then. Okay, my low estimate is 2. I think my high estimate is 12. And that is based entirely on vibes. Interesting looking game there at 9 Studios. Moving on. To Sovranti. Sovranti has 1 positive, 1 negative review for a total of 2. It is also our last game with 2 reviews. It is a free-to-play game developed and published by Sovranti. Sovranti is an entire board game library that you can play from your PC, tablet, or phone. Our rules-enforced gameplay helps folks learn game, keeps track of scoring, and gives you the feeling of sitting around a table with friends. Okay, they actually have like character models for people. This does look like a sort of tabletop simulator game. I do wonder if they have. Oh, they do have. All our games are officially licensed, so you're supporting the publishers and designers of the games. That's nice. They have some from Crafty and Atlas. I know some of these studios. Magpie. That's kind of cool. I love board games and I adored the idea of this. There's another app called Dizzed that I take the same issue with. Learning rules while playing a great game is playing is a great way to get into a game. The issue is the sparse offering that the apps include. To date, on release, there are only 30 games available. Overview in 10 seconds. All right, let's check the charts on this one. I imagine the licensing situation on this one must have been just a headache. Let's see, February 10th. So giving themselves almost no time to build up followers. They only got 20. I would be also the name Sovranti is not indicative enough, right? Like this is kind of competing with Tabletop Simulator, which has probably all of these board games, but in an illegal way, and many more. Tricky. Still, 1.54 followers per day. Maybe they're getting help from like the actual board game publishers who generally have a pretty good following. I don't know. I'm gonna say my low is 2. Yeah, because they could just get nothing. I'm gonna say probably my high is 30. I think it is free to play. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say probably my low is 5, and my high is 60 because it is free to play. I have no idea why these companies decided to give away their game for free, but I guess they did. All right. Moving on to BadMan. BadMan has 3 positive reviews, no negative reviews, for a total of 3. It is for sale for 77 cents, down from 129. Developed by Only Kemmel and AK Master TV, and published by Only Kemmel. BadMan is a game where you kill Badmans, and they keep spawning faster as you kill them. I guess you just point at them, and then you shoot a little bullet at them, and they're just angry squares. Fair enough. It's a nice game where you can have fun. Gut gaming. I'm sorry, but I don't know. And should not be a candidate. I assume that is a political message. I don't understand. Okay, weird. Very strange. Only 4 followers on this one, so something weird's going on. I don't know why this already has 3 reviews. Went up February 10th. Okay. I'm gonna say low end is 3. I'm gonna say probably high end is 4, maybe? I don't know. This one's really strange. Okay, clearly something else is going on there. Next one is Panorama Prologue, which has 3 positive, no negative reviews. It is a free-to-play game, because it's Prologue, developed by Chicken Launcher and published by Awaken Realms. Panorama is a relaxing and soothing puzzle simulation game in which you create amazing landscapes using different types of tiles, but most of all by discovering the connections between them and finding unique combinations. Okay, we are placing little tiles. What are the unique combinations? Oh, okay. So depending on like surrounding tiles, the tiles will change or do different things. Interesting. Okay, yeah, this looks chill and cute. Game is relatively unique, level-breaking, and building game with low difficulty. No simplified Chinese and only English. Huh. Okay. Let's check how their full game is doing first in terms of their charts. So, the full game has 545 followers, which have mostly been picked up in the last 2 weeks. And it's coming out next month. So they're doing a big marketing push now. And that's not a bad thing, though it could have happened a little earlier. The Prologue has 9 people playing it now, 17 at peak. And went up on the 26th of January. Getting to 29 followers. Huh. Okay. They have about 600 followers in the on the main game. They're probably not all going to try this one because it is a prologue. Okay, my low estimate is going to be 4, and I think my high estimate is going to be 25? Maybe 30? Yeah, I'll say 30. Good luck, Chicken Launcher. I hope your main game does really well. It looks very cool. Moving on to our next game called Torico's B-Day Gift Hunt, which has 3 positive reviews, 1 negative review for a total of 4. On sale for $2.72, down from $3.89. Developed and published by Sumka Games. Sumka. That's not what I want. Torico's B-Day Gift Hunt. Torico slept peacefully, looking forward to the upcoming party on her birthday. But bad luck, all the gifts were stolen. Oh no. Restore justice and return the gifts to their place in this game, inspired by the classic platformers of the 90s. Okay, well, I guess we have Torico here, who has little wiggly head bunches, which is very cute, and she randomly spits pellets at people. And we have, hey everybody, do we remember this thing? I think we do. This was in this specific tank was in a game that came out that we actually looked at today already. Which was this? Gosh, I can't remember. Sumka, did you make another game? Anyway, I recognize the tank assets. We saw it today in a game that had, I think, very similar tiles as well. All right, all the tiles look fairly similar, though there are like ice levels with slightly different environment backings. I guess you're always fighting robots. All right, let's check the charts, and also let's check the reviews. None of them are in English. This is what we buy. Interesting choice of a review. A very elaborate platformer with almost polished mechanics and an almost perfectly adjusted system of upgrades. Doesn't say that they have upgrades. 4 different game zones with unique enemies. All right, January 11th. Oh, wait, wrong place. All right, January 11th. 1, 11, 23 followers, 5. Okay, I'm going to say probably total reviews, likely estimate of 4, with a high estimate of maybe 6. All right, moving on. To Castle Warriors, which has 6 positive reviews, 1 negative review, for a total of 7. It is on sale for $2.52, down from $3.89, developed and published by Cluck Games LLC. Okay, Castle Warriors is a roguelike auto-battler with a strategy twist. Build your army 1 card at a time. Okay. Recruit a mercenary. Recruit powerful units. Control the fight with unique abilities. Huh. Okay. This is an early access, so all of these are relatively recent reviews. Game is great if you ignore the one flying enemy on stage 6. That makes it impossible to clear the stage if it survives with 1 hit permanently, no matter what units you use. Oh no. Very addicting game, good purchase. Similar to classic browser games like Stick Wars. Alright, people seem to be enjoying themselves. 9 players right now, with 22 at peak. And only 20 followers. Surprising. Went up February 3rd. Auto Battlers and Idle Games, again, doing better than expected. I'm going to say probably my lower estimate is 15. I'm going to put my higher estimate at... no, I think I'm going to say lower estimate is 9. That's unlikely. My high estimate is going to be 18. All right, best of luck at Cluck Games. Moving on. To Clive N Wrench, which has 9 positive reviews, 3 negative reviews, for a total of 12. It is on sale for $28.89, down from $33.99, developed by Dinosaur Bytes Studio and published by Numbskull Games. Clive N Wrench is a 3D platformer starring Clive, a rabbit, and Wrench, the literal monkey, on his back. Your adventure takes you hurtling through time and space in a 1950s refrigerator on a heroic quest to thwart the tyrannical Dr. Daucus and stop his evil plans. Alright, definitely getting strong Banjo-Kazooie vibes from this. Time and space. Okay, we got block puzzles, we got collectibles, we got running on an orb, we have an evil deer. Alright. Interesting. Didn't show us a lot of gameplay, but that was maybe just this one trailer. They have a bunch of little trailers. Alright. Yeah, it's a running around collectathon kind of game. Interesting. Let's see what the reviews are saying. The game is extremely ugly. Its visual design is cluttered, and what visual direction it has is bland and generic. In comparison, don't hold the rabbit by the ears. Steam is learning about this game. Kinda weird for a game like this. Hopefully not for long. Please add Steam trading cards. Alright. It's a collectathon platformer. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. Player passes a series of areas based on time periods, collecting stopwatches and sacred stones. The game was made mostly by a single developer. Wow, that's very impressive. This kind of game, not easy to make. You gotta wear a lot of hats. Big, uniquely designed worlds, great soundtrack, fun challenges, and platforming, lots of stuff to collect. Nothing crazy innovative as cons. Missing out on some quality of life things, e.g. in the menu, lack of a bit of polish and perfection in the physics and collisions. Okay. Huh. Alright, so, based on those reviews, I think mixed makes sense. 34 players right now with 48 at peak, and 1,015 followers. Not bad at all. Okay, and this has been in development for some time. I'm gonna have to go back because it goes earlier than the charts go, but not by much. All right, went up 24th of May 2019. So, decent followers, but a very long time to get them, leaving it under 1 follower per day. I'm guessing it will probably get to 1,000, so I'm going to say my low estimate for this one is 25, which is slightly under 1,000, but I do think that they will get to 1,000. My high estimate, though, is not a lot higher. My high estimate is going to be 40. That does mean that it will probably do better than most games that came out today, but I don't know if it is worth 4 years of development. Even for one person. Right? Because if we look at the possible amount of money, that's only 24,000, maybe up to 50,000 if we round up in terms of how many players per review. 50,000 is not a lot for 4 or 5 years of development. All right. I wish Dinosaur Bite Studios the best of luck. A one developer pulling off a game like that is incredibly impressive. Yeah, hats off to you. Moving on to Graveyard Architect, which has 18 positive reviews to no negative reviews. It is for sale for $2.61, down from $3.39. Developed by Luxo Interactive and published by Soft. Interesting. Can you manage to create an ideal cemetery? Good question. Will you provide appropriate conditions for its residents? Be careful. If you do not meet all the requirements, you will have to deal with the rebellious undead. This is such a good idea. I love this. All right. So it's a graveyard manager game with like the risk being that if you do the management part wrong, you get attacked by the zombies. Very clever. I like that. Okay. Is this a 1.0 release? Yes. Okay, out now. All right. That makes the number of views make a little more sense. I think this is probably not a game that I would see getting necessarily almost 20 reviews in the first day. But it's a funny premise. I love cemeteries. I love dead people. I feel right at home. Thanks, Asa. Okay. It's not bad. Let's see their news. How many updates did this one do? Okay, so it was only in early access from October. So it went into October, and then it's coming out in February. They did a 0.3 update, which added a new map and a new champion, and then they did not do... They added special effects and volumetric bloodshed. Not the end of development. Okay, interesting that they are coming out of development now. I hope that does not represent financial issues for the studio. Let's check the charts. They got to 328 followers. They launched in November, right? I'm guessing they probably launched here and then went into early access. So they launched into early access with only 47 followers, which means they did pretty well for themselves from that. They didn't give themselves a lot of lead time before going into early access. Okay. All right. Went up October 1st. No, 22. What am I going to guess for this one? Yeah. Okay, low estimate is going to be 18. It is possible that they do not sell anymore from here, which sucks. But yep, I've got to put the anchor down there. High estimate. I really don't think it's going to get there, but I'm going to say my high estimate is 30. I don't think that they're going to get there. I think that they're at most probably going to sell 24, but they could get up to 30. It's unlikely though, because it is coming out of early access. No, I'm going to say 24, I think, as my high-end one. Best of luck, Luxo Interactive. That's a very funny idea. Okay, next game is Planet Cube Edge, which has 42 positive reviews to no negative reviews for a total of 42. On sale for $15.59, down from $19.49, developed by Suna Entertainment and published by Firestoke. Planet Cube We have a developer playthrough. Alright, we have another side-scroller. Planet Cube is being invaded. Prepare to run, gun, jump, and dash your way through an underwater science complex, collecting firepower to turn the tables on a mysterious aggressor. This is a high-speed adventure set in a handcrafted pixel world, filled with precision platforming and thrills. Okay, does look like a precision platformer. Your little cube friend with a gun. They have a couple of little animated sections. This does look challenging. Looks like a very polished little precision platformer / Metroidvania. What are people saying? Brilliant mid-core platformer. What does mid-core mean? The running and jumping feels really smooth, and the difficulty level feels just hard enough to be challenging. It's not really a platformer. I'm not really a platformer fan, but this game could make me change my mind. Played for 2.5 hours. Nice. Fun little game, can be quite tough as a platformer. Tight controls, excellent retro vibe. Alright, seems like it's pretty good. This is a... yeah. Interesting. So, we have a platformer in 2023 that seems to be doing quite well. 6 people playing it now with 14 at peak. Ooh, wow, look at those Twitch viewers. Wow, they got to 20,000 people on Twitch. Very impressive. 370 followers, so not a lot. But when did this go up? August 13, 2022. So that puts them at over 1.9 per day, which is pretty good. For a platformer in 2023, it's fantastic. So they had a huge boost almost immediately after putting their store page up. I wonder where that came from. Have you guys made other games? Suna Entertainment. They did, but they made one that came out last year in December called Cubiti Party, which is a minigame collection with cubes. So they seem to like cubes there, but so it's not like they have like a huge following from a previous game, because Cubiti Party didn't sell anything, right? Yeah, 1 user review. Huh. I admit myself confused by this one. Like, the Twitch viewers definitely helped, but and they weren't like ignoring not a lot of promotion, like not no promotion. They gave themselves enough time that they could do a little bit of promotion over time and build up enough followers, I guess. But this is doing better than that looks like. So I think that this game is it's just good. Like, it's just really good. I think that would be my guess. This game is probably really polished. That would be my guess. Okay. I think my low estimate on this one is going to be 60. I think my high estimate on this one is going to be... yeah. All right, my low estimate on that one is going to be 60, which is about 2,000 sales. I think my high estimate on this one is going to be pretty high. I'm going to guess 100. No. 200? Yeah, sure. I'll guess 200. Best of luck to Suna Entertainment. Moving on to our next game. We're getting up there now, everybody. Our next game is called Aces and Adventures. Is on sale. Has 56 positive reviews to 6 negative reviews for a total of 62. Is on sale for $20.79, down from $25.99. Developed by Triple B Titles and published by Yogscast. Huh. I knew that the Yogscast had started doing publishing, but I think this is the first game I've seen of theirs. Aces and Adventures is a deck-building RPG with poker-powered combat. Neat. Craft your deck, combining poker hands with powerful ability cards. Journey through 13 fully voiced campaigns to save the life tree, or tackle procedurally generated runs in this strategic deck builder, unlike any other. Huh. I guess you really are fighting with poker hands. I was assuming that the poker hands would have other mechanics on them. I guess they do if they're like the major arcana. Okay. 5 characters with a bunch of different playstyles. All right, this looks very cool. I like the art on the cards. Very nicely put together store page. We have news updates, so they have been keeping their followers up to date and keeping the game in their followers' mind. Got some good GIFs showing the card art off and showing the card mechanics. I like their, as far as card games go, they have some good like card feedback stuff. They've got good particles. They've got good like impacts, movements from between cards, showing the different card attack effects and stuff. Very cool. Yeah, overall, very polished looking little game. Beautiful twist on poker. 18 hours since yesterday. This person really likes it. Referencing Hand of Fate. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Game is awesome, tons of content, high degree of polish. Everybody's very happy. Okay, and as a sign of good quality games, even the games with that are negative are like, please fix these things, and then I'll like it more. This is, I consider getting this kind of review a really, really high signal that the game is good. And also, I think more specifically, it's not just that the game is good or fun to play, but it's the kind of game that is like worth digging into. People do not give this kind of review on games that they don't care about. This is the kind of review that you give to a game that you're like, I really like this game, but I wish it would, in this case, have better performance, provide additional options for reducing the complexity of the particle effects. Wow, this person is really just into like, please make this game have more graphic options. Yeah, interesting. Also, my friend, I'm a bit picky here, but they put an A tag price on a rough indie game. My friend, $20 is not a AAA video game's price. That's $90. You are incorrect on that front. Okay. 400 people playing this right now. Yes. Massive Twitch audience, which makes sense. They do have the Yogscast backing them. 1,504 followers. Not bad at all. And game page went up on June 1st, 2021. So even though they have a good publisher who has a lot of online clout, they definitely did not skimp on giving themselves enough time. Not 2021, 2022. So they are over 5 followers per day. 5 followers per day is getting into the this is going to be hit category, so I would be very unsurprised to come back and see that this game had done extremely well. All right, my low estimate I think is going to be 150 on this one, I think. No, be more conservative. I'm going to say my low estimate on this one is going to be 90. I'm going to put my high estimate very high, though, because I could very easily see them getting 10 times as many sales as they currently have. So, yes, I will say my high estimate is 600. Nice job, Triple B Studios. Moving on. To our next game, which is called Chef Life, a restaurant simulator, which has 58 positive reviews to 14 negative reviews for a total of 72. It is on sale for $38.99, developed by Cyanide Studios and published by Nacon. Chef Life Simulator. We have a developer playthrough. Wow. All right. This looks like what it says on the tin. Create and manage your dream restaurant. Menus, purchasing, decor, staff, equipment, customers, and don't forget the actual cooking. Experience the daily life of a restaurateur and earn your rewards from the Michelin Guide. Okay, we have cool little characters. Just, that is an absolutely bananas fast montage. Wow. Wow, look at how fast that went. Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's a lot of actual simulator elements. I do wonder if it is elaborate enough that you can actually learn cooking from this, because that would be cool. I do like the character models. Let's see what people are saying. Truly enjoyed this game, 24th of February. Gameplay loop is very addictive in this game. Disclaimer, I'm a professional cook. I tried this game and I'm refunding it. Okay, this is the first game that got the principle of doing preparation work, slicing tomatoes and such, which is awesome. The problem is the number of items you can fit in a refrigerator. And the design of the restaurant. Wild. I love this review. This is so cool. Shawa, thank you. Game is a lot of fun. All right, cool. I think this one's been in development for a long time, though, based on their app ID. 516 people playing now. Wow, I did not know that restaurant simulation was like such a hot genre, but I guess it is. A bunch of Twitch viewers, all the way up to 6,000 a couple of hours ago. Got 3,364 followers, which is really solid. And they did that in a surprisingly short period of time, from just 1 year. Oops. February 21st, 2022. Giving them 9 followers per day. Very, very high. Wow. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to give them a low estimate of 110, and I think I'm going to give them a high estimate of... I mean, I'm astonished that this game is doing this well. Like, it does look really polished, but I'm just surprised at the... I'm surprised at the interest, right? Cooking games. Fascinating. Like, realistic cooking games. Okay, cool. I am not going to put as high an estimate on this as I am going to put on Aces and Adventures, because I think that there are more people in this audience, but I don't know if Aces and Adventures is going to catch it. Whereas I think that Chef Life, a restaurant simulator, may not have as many people. So I'm going to say 300. Still, fantastic job, Cyanide Studio. Very cool. I am surprised and awed. All right, moving on to our next game, which is called East Trade Tycoon, which has 94 positive reviews to 27 negative reviews for a total of 121. It is on sale for $4.49, down from $4.99. Developed by Panda Up Studio and published by BD Games. We have a developer preview. It may just be correlation and not causation, but it seems like the games that are getting really high reviews, they do the developer broadcasts. Something to consider. It makes you look professional, as disorienting as it is to deal with. East Trade Tycoon is a trading simulator game. In the game, you can go from 0 to hero, buy space, period, no space, buy trading markets, build a business, earn money, level up, investing accurately, and manage family to become a trading tycoon. Okay, looks like a pretty complex Chinese historical trading game. Interesting. Let's see. Recent events. Let's see all their news. So they have a bunch of patches. 9 hours. Okay, yeah, they were patching this game frequently. They patched it twice in the last day, so that's pretty responsive, I would say. There are some translations that are not good, but it doesn't affect the gameplay. Not so bad. Pretty good game for the price of 2 hamburgers. Yeah, this is very inexpensive. Lots of very, very high playtimes on these. Good game. Wish there was more gameplay. And then many, many reviews in Chinese, I think. Let's check a negative review. Just take a gander. If you don't upgrade, you can't recruit better employees, marry a wife with higher attributes, and go to a higher level county town to do business. The funny thing is that the upgrade conditions after being a businessman make people feel like this game has not been tested. Okay, so it looks like they have some problems with upgrade mechanics. Still, massive response. Let's double check the charts. 300 people playing right now with 1,057 at peak. So I think the lower player numbers is probably because this game's audience is primarily in China, and it is nighttime in China right now. 1,511 followers, which is good, but not super great, and went up August 12th. And then did basically nothing until last week, I mean, it wasn't that they were doing no marketing. They were getting a couple of wish lists per day, right? 1 or 2 wish lists per day, or 1 or 2 followers per day, right? So they had pretty good velocity. And then all of a sudden, last week, on the 17th, they go from 222 to 900 followers in 5 days. That is a marketing effort. I wonder what they did. Like, that is a lot. They stepped on the gas, whatever that is. Like, really hard. I'm genuinely astonished at that spike there. Wild. Seems to have worked out though. What am I gonna guess on this one? Okay, I'm gonna guess low estimate is 180. I think high estimate is, yeah, probably 600 or maybe more. 700? Sure. Best of luck, Panda Up Studio. All right, we're down to our last 4 games, everybody. Grim Guardian's Demon Purge has 160 positive reviews and 57 negative reviews for a total of 217. It is on sale for $29.25, down from $32.50. Developed and published by Inti Creates Co. Limited. In order to save their school after it turns into a massive demonic castle, 2 demon hunters, in quotation mark, sisters, slash and shoot their way through this 2D action adventure. Players can swap between control of both characters on the fly, each with entirely different skill sets. Okay. Neat. Alright, very Castlevania Symphony of the Night kind of thing going on here. Adventure platformer. Yeah, extremely Symphony of the Night vibes. Very, very strong ones. Looks like there's cool. Man, the pixel art in this is really nice. Let's check their updates. Not many. All right, no updates yet today. Kind of relatively simple store page, no gifts or anything. Interesting. This is not a Metroidvania and it's not advertised as such. This game is mostly inspired by the older Castlevania titles, which were linear, but with a modern feel to it. So it's not a Metroidvania. You're not doing much. You're not doing backtracking. Very fun game. The game is fun, but it's a little annoying. But it's the annoying anime. Level design is awful in this. You'll be mistaken that it's a Metroidvania because of the way the levels look. Interesting. Is this game a sequel? Wow. Hold on. Okay, it looks like they have released a number of games. Inti Creates, yes, they make a bunch of games. Oh, these are the Ozzer Strankles and Gunvolt people. I've heard of those before. And they are the people who made Bloodstained. Okay, that makes sense. Very similar vibes to that. Okay. Let's check their charts. 300 people now, with 1348 at maximum. Bunch of followers. Quite a lot of them, actually. And the store page went up on October 22nd, 2023, or 2022. Giving them 60 followers per day, most that we have seen so far. Impressive. Most impressive. Okay, I'm going to say probably my low estimate on this one is 300, and that seems very, very low. I'm going to say my high estimate on this one is 1,200. It might not get there, but you know, I'm rooting for them. Nice job, Inti Studios. You've done it again. Moving on to Blood Bowl 3. Huh. Okay. Well, that's a ratio, that is. Blood Bowl 3 has 141 positive reviews to 406 negative reviews for a total of 547. It is on sale for $38.99. Developed by Cyanide Studios and published by Nacon. This has to be a 1.0 release, right? Developer preview. Brutal, crazy, tactical. This is Blood Bowl. The iconic death sport returns with a new video game of fantasy football, faithfully using the latest board game rules and new content. Okay, so this is like a port of the board game. Create your team, then crush, mulch, and cheat your way up to the top, leaving your opponents in the graveyard. Mostly negative. They have patch notes. Is this a 1.0 release? Pre-season? No. No, it's not. Okay, I guess they ran several some playtests, I guess. The game is broken. So many bugs, I find it hard to finish the game. That's 24th of February, 24th of February. Not recommended. Simply the worst launch of a game I've ever experienced. Here are the main problems. Looks like they are missing some stuff. Like, okay, this is a game that has an incredibly enthusiastic player base, right? Blood Bowl is a game that was sustained entirely by its fandom for almost 20 years, I think, without a release. So everyone in this comment section is going to be really intense about this. Okay, looks like they're missing some stuff. Lots of very disappointed people. Yeah. Some people are just saying, it's good. All right. Yeah. Do not buy this game. Do not buy this game. Oh, wow. That's interesting. It looks like there's another team that is like released but inaccessible. Fascinating. Okay. Will, interesting. Still, 2,000 people, or almost 3,000 people playing it now, with 4,000 playing it in total, 20,000 followers. I know that the second Blood Bowl game was pretty well received, so I'm surprised that they're fumbling the launch so badly on this one. Yeah, August 29th, 2020. Decent, but not super great followers per day, because they were in development on this one for a really long time. I wonder what happened. Gosh. How do I estimate this one? The reviews are so dire. Okay, so they seem like they've almost completely converted their followers, which probably they have not actually done. Probably they have a very high review to follower, like review to purchase count. I would expect would be very high if the game has the problems that the negative reviews are saying it's having. So there are probably more, like there's probably more people doing reviews, specifically negative reviews, than they would normally would. I'm going to say low estimate is 700. That is very low, but it is mostly negative right now. Like, they have a problem. They could get out in front of it, though, if they release a statement and a patch. Maybe they get up to 1,000? I don't know. Bizarre. Yeah, weird. Very, very weird. Okay, two more. Our next game, and second to last, is Company of Heroes 3, which has 1,136 positive reviews to 917 negative, for a total of 2,080. It is on sale for $80. It's from Relic Entertainment and published by Sega. Company of Heroes 3. Bigger and better than ever, Company of Heroes 3 combines heart-pounding combat with deeper strategic choices in a stunning Mediterranean theater of war. In Company of Heroes 3, every battle tells a story. What is yours? Mixed reviews. And yeah, all right, this is a action RTS game. I have never played any of the Company of Hero games, so I genuinely thought this was a first-person game when I clicked in here, so I am surprised. I'm going to zoom in a bit so that we can see some of the pretty tanks and stuff. Okay. I will admit this one looks... I mean, it looks pretty impressive, but... I'm looking just purely from a graphical perspective. It looks like they don't have a lot of the sort of modern graphical stuff. So I wonder what's going on there. Let's check down here. More people unhappy. Graphics are fine. It's an RTS, not the next. Okay, so people are complaining about the graphics. Game seems unpolished. Fantastic game so far. Campaign is innovative and engaging. Das ist gut. Zoom level is very close. Bit bare bones, but a solid foundation. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any particular thing that's wrong. It's just sort of mildly disappointing to some people. Okay. That is a lot of people playing it. Almost 30,000 people are currently playing this game. And that is a lot of followers. That is 112,332 followers. I think that is possibly more followers than all... Yep, it is, definitely. That is more followers than the rest of the games on this list combined. Game went up on the 14th of July. Was it 2021 or 2022? Yeah, 2021. All right, 190 followers per day. Really good. I wonder what this bump is. That's interesting. Normally for like AAA games like this, you see just a continuous slide. So I wonder where this bump came from. All right. Well, okay. This game has enough critical mass that I don't think that even the negative reviews are necessarily going to blunt it. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to say my low estimate is probably going to be 4,000, and I think that my high estimate for this is probably going to be 10,000. Putting it into Diamond Tier, our first and only, I think, Diamond Tier game for today, except possibly for Sons of the Forest, which is our last game. Last game is Sons of Forest, which has 15,265 positive reviews to 2,043 negative reviews for a total of 17,308. This is coming out of early access, and if you have been on Steam for the last 5 years, I think, this game has, or 3 years? Can't remember. Anyways, this game's been around and been doing quite well for a long time. It is on sale for $38.99, developed by End Night Games and published by New Night. Sent to find a missing billionaire. Oh, wait. No, hold on. Am I wrong? No, this is the other one. Oh, this is the sequel. Haha, I was totally wrong. Okay, this is, I think, this, just let me not be talking out of my butt. Yes, this is the sequel to The Forest. So The Forest did come out 5 years ago and was extremely popular, like wildly successful, right? One of the early games to really nail the survival genre, has a bunch of really very distressing monsters and stuff in it. 400,000 400,000 reviews. So this one has actually done this all in one day. Wow. Yeah. Definitely the winner for today, I think. Sent to find a missing billionaire on a remote island, you find yourself in a cannibal-infested hellscape. Craft, build, and struggle to survive, alone or with friends, in this terrifying new open-world survival horror simulator. All right. Looks like they have dynamic procedural tree chopping. All right. Graphics look very nice. Crafting. Wow, that's some really good crafting animations. Gonna give my take my hat off for that one. All right. Well, let's see what people are saying. It's glitchy on the base building and Kelvin-wise right now, so do not expect a base building survival. It's extremely lacking. Other than that, exploring the environment in caves is a nightmare in a good way. Great game so far. Aggressive naked men chased me through the woods, 10 out of 10. A really good game that needs a little optimizing, but other than that, I enjoy it. Halfway into the intro. Huh. All right. Interesting. Wow. That's a lot. So 317,000 people currently playing this game. Quite a few. With all right, Company of Heroes had more than every other game that we had looked at so far, and then Sons of the Forest has more than every other game so far, including Company of Heroes. So yeah, that's a bunch. When did this go up? Store page went up May 5th. $2022, and giving them almost 1,000 followers per day. Absolutely bananas. All right, they're at 17,000 already. Okay, I'm going to say in the first month, I'm going to say minimum I think they're going to get to is 40,000. I think my high estimate is going to be 100,000. Yeah. Putting them very solidly in Diamond Tier. 2 Diamond Tiers and 2 rocket ships today. Interesting. All right. And I think that's pretty much it for today. Took a good deal of time, 2 hours and 26 minutes. So yeah. As usual, the tags tell us very little. I'm thinking I might do like the tag shifts over time or something. I still want to figure out something I can do with the tags. Yosuke is saying, I love the first game, but I'm probably going to buy it. Yeah, I haven't played the first one. I heard really good stuff about it. I might buy the first one now, just because like it's probably all polished and perfect. Just to be contrary. One thing that I added to the sheet for the check-in was a delta between the ratings of the games that I thought and of my estimates versus reality. So I was overestimating 4 games as spoon games that actually ended up mostly being glass of milk games. It's pretty fun in co-op. Yeah, it does seem like a game that would probably be more fun in co-op because you can build stuff together. All right. I think that's it for me today. We had 42% of games, or almost 43% of games, get no reviews. We had 29 of the games that did get some reviews were in glass of milk or hamburger, so very low amounts of money. And we basically only had 4 games that are going to make serious cash. And one of them is just going to make a boatload of money. How much money am I currently estimating that this is going to make? Yeah, somewhere like $60 million. That is a lot of monies. Nice job, N9 Games. All right, I'm going to go and make myself lunch because I am very hungry. Everybody have a nice one. See ya.